Alrighty guys, what's going on out there? We got kind of a weird call today. Ring ring, hello, Locksmith, how can I help you? Our fridge door is falling off its hinges. Okay, alright, well, I'm down to check anything out once, so go out, check it out. Sure enough, it's a walk-in refrigerator, and all the hinges are busted off, and I'm not talking a little bit. I'm not talking like where you could have just put a new plastic or, bushing or something in there. I'm talking completely snapped in half. The hinges are snapped in half. All the guts are gone. The bolt ain't even there. Bottom hinge is completely gone. The housings are cracked. All the cast aluminum's cracked. I'm talking everything's gone. There's one little plastic piece on top, on the top hinge. And the middle hinge is completely blown out, so I'm running through the thought process. Ding, 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 ding. How can we fix this? There's no way to mount, butt hinges inside. Not that I could really see that would be beneficial because the door has to seal. So I'm thinking, and it's an emergency. Like, they're getting ready to literally close the restaurant down and start putting food into wheelbarrows and start moving it to the next door neighbor restaurant's fridge, or they're just going to completely lose all the food and they're going to have to shut down. So I basically have to be the superhero and save the whole thing. There's no way I can leave that door unfixed. So brain keeps going, rattling through ideas and options, and the continuous hinge goes click, bing. So there it is, continuous hinge. Alright, why wouldn't one work? Well, let's take a look at the options and see what it is. Surface mount, I've got one on the truck. It's ready to go, quite a bit narrower. There's no issue with the weight. Door only weighs maybe 50 pounds at the most. Not very heavy at all. It's just one sheet of stainless steel and then pretty much, some styrofoam and stuff in there. So, what the hell? Try it. See what happens. Pull out the continuous hinge, give them a bid, say here's what it's going to take for me to do it. It's a weekend. You just called me. You got thousands and thousands of dollars worth of food that you're going to have to throw out, or you're going to have to close down for a couple days if you don't let me fix it. So, they don't really have a lot of options. Gave them a bid, weekend emergency bid, did well, and bolted a new hinge on there. Same thing, same way we've done before, where we pin that door in place. There's no, you need to keep in mind if there's going to be any Freon lines or anything like that, any kind of coolant lines, but the main housing for that unit's way over in the back. There's nothing there. There's already self-tapping screws. There's already all that stuff, that's mounted, the old hardware there. So there's really nothing to it. The only problem I could see that would arise is you might have some problems. I had some problems drilling the stainless steel, but we just got out a bit, nice brand new sharp bit, cut through it pretty nice, cobalt bit. If that didn't do it, we could switch over to a carbide bit really easily and go ahead and cut through it with that, pilot drill it out. Didn't use the through bolts, no through bolts, just use all self-tappers because there's no security issue. It's a fridge, and it worked marvelously. The little ball closer on the top started working again. It's sealed up shut nice. Everything works extremely, extremely well, and I was really, really happy with it. They're really happy with it. They're so thankful, and they're just happy to pay me. They bought me lunch, and that's it. So just think outside the box a little bit. Don't be afraid to step into that job and take a look and see. And maybe when you get there, I had no idea what I was going to be in for and no clue how I was going to fix it until I got there and actually saw it and saw how all the moving parts work together, and then started running scenarios down in my mind and just trying to figure it out and try and figure out the best plan for it. And that was an awesome, awesome opportunity. Not to mention, the outside doors had continuous hinges that somebody, like the entryways to the restaurant, that some handyman installed, and they were all bent and flopped over. They're not working properly. The door hits. They all need to be redone. And then the two center pivot hinge doors that go into the main restaurant, those are hitting. Closers are blown out. Everything's toast. I mean, there's easily easily $2,000 worth of work that needs to be done to the rest of the doors in that facility. So I told them, hey, we got you guys here. We're fixing this. I told them, hey, we're fixing this. After we get done, send some pictures to your general manager and let them know that we can fix the other doors too. And I walked them around and showed them what all was wrong with all the other doors, and it worked marvelous. It worked absolutely picture perfect. Continuous hinge just bolts right on there. It's a little pricey, but it's never going to fail. That hinge is going to be there long after the fridge, the restaurant, and everything, the whole building's done. A hinge will still be there. So that was it. Go out there, make some money, think outside the box, solve people's problems. When you can solve someone's problems uniquely, immediately, you can charge appropriately. So stay busy, stay prosperous. Have a good 2019, guys. Thanks for watching. Big time broken here, broken there, completely gone. No hinge, no bearing. Nothing there. Okay, so we've got a refrigerator door. All the hardware was completely broke, busted, snapped, clipped clean off. So we're going to install a continuous hinge. Surface mount on the outside should hold this thing up just fine. Got all the old hardware off. Just need to be aware of this guy up here. That's kind of a hold close device. So we'll puff it up and shim it, and we should be good to go. Alrighty, so we got the door shimmed and stabilized. We've got a nice reveal around the whole thing here, here, and here. We've got that engaged the way that it's supposed to be, and then we've got a decent gap here, making sure that the door stays sealed, and then the airbags on the bottom pin the door into place. Now that it's nice and secure, couldn't move the door if you really wanted to. Everything's pinned in place. So we'll go ahead and attach the continuous hinge. I measured from here to the bottom. I think that's all we need. The door's really light, so we should be able to just bolt this thing right on. Alrighty, so we got our 67. 67's our measurement. That's going to be extremely short because it's not a normal door, it's a refrigerator door. So once again, we just need to pay extra uber attention. If you cut off of one side, we would be cutting one of these bearings off. So we either need to move the bearing or make 2 cuts. I'm choosing to make 2 cuts. So that way I'm going to split the difference. My cut's going to be here, and then my second bearing is here. My second cut is going to be here, saving the last hole. So you need to be uber mindful of these bearings here. That's where all the strength comes from and keeps the door from, or the hinge from slipping. So I'm just going to make 2 cuts, nice, quick, and easy. Milwaukee saw, boom, boom, done. Alrighty, so again, we have no security risk on this door. It's just for utilitarian purposes. So we've used all self-tappers on both sides. Screws are all in, everything's on there, and we're gonna test it and see if it swings. Alright, moment of truth. Dry it up. We're looking at the top ball here. Make sure that this is like a closing device to make sure that it seals. Looking at everything in here. Okay. Shuts nice. Seals. Closes. Perfect. Beautiful. Bring it in here. Voila. Freaking amazing. Beautiful. That worked out awesome. Continuous hinge is definitely a viable source. Just make sure that you check your lines. Make sure there's no fluid lines or any kind of condenser lines or anything like that, but this unit's all up there, so this thing is good to go. Shuts nicely.